Hello. In today's lesson, we are looking at paper 1, The Living World, and we're going to answer an assessed question in time conditions. To start, we're going to recap the key knowledge, then we're going to discuss the exam technique, and then we're going to write the 9 marker. This is the exam question that we're looking at. Using figure 11 and your own knowledge, assess the strategies to sustainably manage the rainforest. What we need to do first is break down the question to work out what it means. Using figure 11 means that you must refer to that figure. The easiest way to do that is make sure you have a sentence that says something like, in figure 11 I can see. Your own knowledge, you know that the rainforest case study that you have studied is the Amazon rainforest, so it must be specific to the Amazon. And the strategies to sustainably manage the rainforest, these are all the ways that we can make money from the rainforest without destroying it. How can we protect it for the future? The first step then is to look at the figure. In your exam question, you do not need to look at and talk about both of the pictures, but you do need to reflect on what they are both showing. The first picture is showing you ecotourism. So conserving, protecting the rainforest to make it more attractive for tourism, and it benefits the economy and the environment. You can see how they've used local material. You can see that they're growing their own food. You can talk about how it's got minimal impact on the environment around it. It's in keeping with the natural surroundings, etc. The next picture that you've got is the mark of responsible forestry. And what that means is it's renewable wood that comes from forests that are managed responsibly. So they are replanting, they might be doing selective logging, and they're products that have that symbol on. You do not need to talk about both of these. You need to talk about the one that you're most confident with. The next step is to think about what own knowledge do you have. I've picked ecotourism as that was one of the pictures, and it's one that we've previously studied. It's sustainable because it provides jobs, it preserves the rainforest to maintain tourism, and the buildings are in keeping with the environment. However, it is not perfect. It is small scale. Only a small number of people can go on ecotourist resorts for it to be an ecotourist resort, as it can't impact the environment. It is tourism. Therefore, if it solely relies on tourism, for example during the COVID epidemic, it's not going to earn any money. Also, you can't control littering, and with people walking over the paths, it will cause soil erosion. Your own knowledge, you know that selective logging occurs in the Amazon. So that would be your own knowledge that you're using for your second paragraph. It is sustainable because it keeps the overall structure of the forest. Habitats are therefore maintained, as is the number of plants and animals, biodiversity. Money is created from selling wood, and it will reduce soil erosion as there's always trees holding the soil together. Note that for my sustainability column, I've not only talked about the environment, I've also spoke about how it makes money. Selective logging, though, is unsustainable. It's more expensive to chop down certain trees and remove them than clearing a whole area. Some species of trees will not grow as fast. And also, it removes genetically superior trees whose seed is needed, because the older trees are obviously the ones that have the more successful genes, and they're the ones that will be removed. You now have the knowledge to attempt your 9 marker. You need to reflect on how are these strategies creating money and jobs, how are these strategies sustainable for the environment, and which method is best and why as a planning thing before you start your 9 marker. You may want to pause the video now and reflect on the answers to these questions. For 7+, you will need to research some specific facts and figures that happen in the Amazon rainforest. So maybe some names of ecotourist resorts or some companies that do selective logging as an example. It is now time to write your 9 marker. In your first paragraph, you're going to refer to the figure. And it's easier to talk about ecotourism as that's what we've just gone through. In figure 11, I can see this sustainably manages the rainforest economically because this means that. This will link to the rainforest being environmentally sustainable because. 7 plus, you will add the however for why is ecotourism not the best method. For your second paragraph, you'll say why selective logging is more environmentally sustainable than ecotourism. Then you will say this means that. This will link to the rainforest being economically or further environmentally sustainable because. 7 plus, again, however. We'll need to add a conclusion, say which one of these methods is best and why someone might disagree with you. You have 12 minutes to do this 9 marker. That includes 3 spag marks. You may now pause your video for 12 minutes whilst you answer this 9 marker. Thank you for taking part in your 9 mark session. You will now need to upload your 9 marker to ClassCharts for your teachers to add comments. Thank you.